Was he not sweaty?
I feel like that thing of I'm running back to work, right? Let's quickly buy food, let's eat and catch up and go back.
And who would pay when you guys are buying?
I used my card. I've never ate that guy's money. I don't even know his 2 rand. Even for the wedding itself, I don't know his 3 rand.
But how did you, how after how long you guys met did you now get married?
4 weeks. And let me tell you something.
Tell me, there's a video of yours that I saw circulating online.
Yes.
And you were talking about how you just met your boyfriend and now you guys are going to get married.
I was excited.
I saw the excitement. If I get that video, we will have to put it somewhere here.
I was excited and I was telling my colleagues.
Yes, I
because
remember.
My colleagues have been following my life, right? And they're saying, Lucas, you just need love, right? And when love came, I said, guys,
I found it.
I even went to an extent of buying gifts.
For who?
For us. And when I get into my workspace, right, I'll say he paid with his card.
We've all done that. I feel like most of us have done that.
I've done that as well.
Buying ourselves gifts and saying our man, my man,
but with me, I was buying 2 because we need to take photos.
Hey.
One for me, one for him, and go to work and say, Owamie, my husband loves me. Look, I just bought. My fiance loves me. Just bought this.
In 4 weeks.
In that 4 weeks, everything is happening so fast, right? That family feuds. This family is fighting me. They're saying I'm after his money. His
family was also in on it.
They worked as a group. That's the thing. That's the thing about a scammer, right? This is what I've learned to realize, that he first toyed with my emotions. He fed on my traumas. He fed on my emotions. He made sure that you got the trust and the faith in me. He made sure that he made sure that I trust him fully. That guy will spend 30 minutes on a call with me. He made sure the only voice I hear is his voice. He made sure that he isolated me from my friends. Every time when he calls, right, and my call is engaged because I'm speaking with my friend, babe, disconnect, come on. And I would disconnect. The focus was work, business, him. Because I stay in Sandton. These are high halls. I don't know my neighbor. I only know the people in the yard. He made sure that I was self-isolated, right? He made sure the only voice I heard was his only. Little did I know that the voice that I was hearing was not an innocent voice. It was a Muti voice, because this guy, every time he spoke with me, he was using Muti on me. And how did I get to discover the Muti when we got married? Everything in his back. Everything in his bag is there. Because I used to buy him gifts, right? This other day I'm thinking, let me gift my husband with a fragrance. There's a girl called Winnie's Fragrances. She does very nice smelling colognes, right? I reach out to her and say, please bring fragrance for my husband. Hey, mushimang adi lokela mutsu wako. Wazifaka izinto phakathi, and he mixed them, and he always smelled weird. And with every time he made money demands, I sent to in a quick, in a hurry. Every time he spoke, I listened. I worshipped that guy. I bowed for that guy. I put everything down for that guy. I was rooting for that guy. Even when the CV came with fake credentials for me, I was like, babe, let's fix this. I took the CV, I went running with it. And when now I confronted him about everything, he was not saying no. He admits, no, babe, I'm sorry. These are just my defects of character, man. Come on. You're not perfect yourself. You are not perfect yourself.
Like that I'm using Muti.
You're not perfect yourself. You told him that you use Muti as well. You used to use Muti. So this is for me.
So did he ever explain why was he that particular one? What was it for?
No, he didn't. And when I asked him this question, what are the spiritual implications of this on us? Because I did not consent to this. You might be using it for yourself, right? But me and you are sleeping together. So during that spiritual soul ties exchange, what is happening to me? And he said, but that does not concern you because it is not for you. It is for me. And every time he wore that Muti, handsome. My husband does not have nice features. One of the key things that I asked him was, do you have any disabilities, right? And I'm not judging, I've got a disabled...
Are you talking about after you see those features when he didn't use the Muti? The moment he used the Muti...
When is this Muti man, this guy is hot. Because when I send this to my cousins, right? My cousins are very honest. Just show me, Lucas, did you see his eye? This other eye, you got a little weak eye. And I'm thinking, no, guys, I just call this person. And they say, no, check him very well and ask him, babe, do you have any disability? And I'm not judging you, right? I'm accepting, I'm welcoming. I just want to know, do you have any
disability?
He lied. This other eye, limo. This other eye limb.
Show me. And I'm not even wanting to.
I'm not laughing myself because I asked myself, he said, no, the eyeglasses have affected my eyes because he wear glasses, right? And I saw him hot, man. That boy drove me crazy. I don't even see the eye. I saw the eye when the mutu was off. He's disabled. I thought it was a lazy, weak eye. I thought it was and another thing, right? He's stiff.
What do you mean, Steve?
When our intimacy was horrible, was misery. I always wanted to include a third person to come and help him when we intimate, because they will just stand. And I asked him that, babe, bedroom wise around man, me.
I know what I'm doing.
Me.
And like, did he feel like he was the man?
He felt that he is driving the combi very well. He felt that is happening. What's up with the and now I'm thinking, I love this man, right? Let me help him sexually and have other people to come and entertain us sexually. He refused. And when he refused, I was like, it's fine. Let's continue really true. I did everything for the marriage. Every time when he came with a red flag, right, I tried to correct it. And I tried to put my money on the table for that guy. The mother. You know when they say a person who's got nothing to lose has got nothing to lose. That lady dragged me. That lady insulted me. That has done nothing for her children but to go around sucking money from other people to come and sustain her and her family. That lady made financial demands on the very same account, insulting me, playing psychology with me. I don't like you. You are bad for my child. I don't need you in this family. On the very same account, you need to marry my child. You need to do things right by him. How do I marry him? Can you believe that me and my husband got married really too without his family but my family? Because his family had disowned him. I wanted to establish that he's a scammer. He's a scammer. That guy held multiple social media accounts. That guy had a lot of accounts. Every time when he sent me these emotional conversations about his family having disowned him, having cut him off,
it's to play on you so that you feel that he left his family for me, so I should be responsible. Oh, that's a big one.
Dude,
are they South African?
They are from Tsaneni, Limpopo, not 4 toll gates away. They are from South Africa. And when he sold his family to me, he said, my family is a family of graduates. And I'm thinking about it. My family is a family of graduates. My little sister is doing this at TUT. My other one is doing this. He gave me a nice picture, right? But now when the mother came, when she was calling me devil, that lady called me devil. Oh my God. That make sure I was abused emotionally. That lady out of nowhere, unbothered and provoked, she just sent me a DM on WhatsApp. I go, yeah, when I should point that and I'm thinking, but I'm not here for you, right? I'm here for your child, and your child approves of me. And every time I say, babe, your mom is involved in this, should we cut her off? He says, I've blocked my mom. The only time me and my mom speak is when she unblocks me and sends me these hectic messages. And when he sent me those messages, Owamie, they were so heart-tearing. That mother will say a lot of wrong things to a child and beat down his confidence. And when now I felt for him and felt like he has lost his confidence, I cherished him. I brought him closer. Little do I know that I'm bringing a snake and I caught a python. Start taking my money, playing with my emotions, feeding off me. And now when we arranged the wedding, right, because everything happened in 4 weeks. In these 4 weeks, there's no a budget. We are not wealthy. I'm a new business starter. I've got sufficient money for my own self and my own family, right? That guy said, Muni warni, I will batal 50%. However, before I pay the 50% of the wedding, let's get married on your pay date. So you cover everything for the wedding. And I'm thinking, I took out the money. I paid for.
Plus minus, how much would you say the wedding cost?
It was a low cost wedding because it was a new house wedding.
Okay.
I spent less than 30,000.
Okay.
However, it was above 20,000.
Okay.
But less than 30,000.
Okay.
God, that's my house that I worked hard for.
I mean, it's a lot of money in 4 weeks.
That I don't even. Mind you, there are still days that I paid for. This guy, will say, let's go out to Krugerstop and play games in a place where an entrance just 200. And when he orders the meal, does not order cheap meals because he wants content, right? He orders expensive food. I paid with my card. This guy has never paid anything for me. This guy has never sent me even R1. Izuka.
So the money for the wedding, did he send it back?
Whoopie. Does he have it? He does not have money himself because he's not working, and the lady said he's working.
So now, after you guys got married, did he move in with you?
Now, boys will embarrass you publicly. Boys will undress you and shame you. That boy shamed me. He had everything figured out, right? For him, it was a strategy. For him, I felt like he is a tick box that he was taken from. Now he has achieved me publishing his CV and wanting to get him a job. He has achieved my emotions. He has achieved my money. He has achieved the trust, right? And now he gets an house agent to call me. Hi, Lucas. It's a normal day. I get a call from this estate agent. Hi, Lucas. Your fiance has selected this house for you guys to come and view in Captain Park. I'm thinking, why in Captain Park? How much is the house? The rent is going to be 6.5 monthly. And I'm saying, did he pay a deposit? No, you're supposed to pay everything. And I'm thinking, but babe, where do you stay? I don't know where he stays even today. Even when I don't know where he stays. Even today, this guy.
And why move you from Bryanston to Kempton Park? These places are so far from each other, hey?
And when he said move out of Bryanston, he said, how much is your rent, right? And he said, your rent is too much. You're going to pay lesser here. Khanti zinc la sempokhonele amchisa la eThembisa. Una komkhukhu wachisa ophela zenkele yacha wena wacha. Uyacha lo muntu sesogweni. Uchisa izono zakhe zokuba ngaphangeli, uchisa ukuthi ze scammer, uchisa ukuthi akana mali, uchisa ukuthi the family has disowned him, Khanti is lying, uchisa ukuba he wants me to feed him. Right? He was burning in hell. When I heard from the people that he was working with, because he was working in a group, that hey, he stays in a shack. And there's nothing wrong with a shack, Owamie. I myself started in a shack because Soweto. However, be truthful about who you are and where you come from. This one lied about everything. The whole marriage was just a scam. And the funny part is that I work in a forensic department, right? You know when they say emptiness and not knowing love, when somebody comes and gives you the love that you thought you wanted and deserved, and because you never had it, you feel it's legit and sufficient and you just want to run with it. I ignored my own investigations because before I investigated him, I put those aside. I said, the investigation that come from I do not die young and miserable. I'm going to explore this guy and give him a chance because we are all worthy of a chance. I'm fooling myself. That guy lied. And every time he lied, he would be like, God does not see me. God has abandoned me. This man called God that you worship so hard and you tell me of every day is not seeing me. And it took me to the chapter where God was quiet in my life. And every time he said that, I just wanted to give him a hug and say, hang on, trust the process.
Khanti
is lying. And he lies with the name of God. When everything went south, now I've discovered that he never worked, he never stayed where he said he's staying, the family was staged, everything was wrong, just wanted money. I divorced him. I didn't stay long in there. Because why? At this point in time, I love myself. I'm self-sufficient. I'm self-worthy. I've learned myself. I've taken myself through healing. I'm self-sufficient. There's nothing that is contributing in this marriage. The only thing that is contributing is ideas of how we can steal more.
So now, were you guys not married in community of property?
Thank God. You know when they say God will come for you? On the Thursday that we were supposed to go to get married, right? Because he had booked a home affairs appointment. We had agreed that we were going to go for a prenup, right? On that day, he says, "Our prenup, we are going to get married under community of property. What is yours is yours, and this is going to strengthen our union. This is my commitment to you that I want you lifelong." And I'm thinking, we are not in agreement here. I cannot get married under community of property because I've seen with my father. My father's married under community of property, right? He is suffering. The wife, she takes the cars whenever she wants to. She gives some to her children that are not in that marriage. Because it's 50-50. And I'm thinking, I don't want that. I've read about that. I'm well equipped with that part. Let's postpone for next week. Hunty, that was the week that we're going to separate. Because on that weekend, he calls me, that guy cried. That guy was burning. He cried, calls me, I'm at work. He's crying tears. Owamie, tears.
Why is he crying?
Because they broke in where he stays and they took everything. Kanti is lying, there's nothing. Nothing. There's nothing to take. He calls me, he says, I'm in an apartment with my brother at Midrand. They just broke in now, they took everything. They held us gunpoint. We are fearing for our lives. We are so traumatized. We are crying. We got beaten up the whole night with Carla. Your babe, you're going through a lot. What do you need? I don't need money. Banking, I transfer the money.
How much did you transfer?
2,000. No, just needed quick cash. I transfer him. Babe, how are you now? Says, no, now that you send me the money, I'm okay. I'm going to sort out a phone. Get which phone? I remember when they still phones here, they sell them back.
They basically like take them maybe where you can be able to go and buy it back.
That was this narrative that this phone, I'm going to be able to buy it back.
I will locate it.
So I'm thinking how? Because I guess they took it. Did you open a police case? I don't know, I didn't. Okay, what's going on now? Where are you now? So after that he says, baby, because I don't have a phone, they took my phone. I'll call you through these numbers. He calls me with 7 different numbers of his friends, right? And he disappears. As I call him back because I want to check up on him, those friends now, I got to know the real truth through them. Because I call this other one who works in a salon, he's Tsonga. Hi, I'm looking for this person. I'm not a woman. I'm thinking, not to police station.
He went to buy.
This guy says sends money because they're broken because he wants the money to go to the mall. And I'm thinking, this is my money I just sent to him now. I call the second number. This call left me okay. That second call left me satisfied. Switch to a video call. I'm switching, I'm at work with my colleagues. Even today, after that, I disappeared from work because my colleagues were laughing at me. He embarrassed me publicly. You know when they say, Amatu does this in ja, it's no hopo, I'm a 666, Owamie was just a devil-sent child. I video called that caller. Where there's easy yoga. That's your husband's shelter. Abuti, this guy works for this company in Santen. This guy is wearing these suits, luxurious suits. This guy speaks proper English. This guy is independent. This guy is a graduate. This guy's got a degree. I've seen his CV. That can't be my husband's check. Where you see.
So the guy that you called now, who was he? Was he like, it means that he was not a friend to your ex?
It was just an honest friend.
Okay.
Those honest friends that
begana jealous Chomi. You know that like that because if he's a friend, it means
you should have covered up.
Yo, like when you don't know that instant where I don't even want to lie. If you know you're dating my friend,
yes,
don't come to me for any information because I will just agree with whatever my friend said. If my friend says
I get you,
she's at my place, you're like, hello, where is Ban? I'm like, oh yeah, she's here, she's taking a shower, let me call you back. Drop the phone and call my friend. Where are you? Your man is calling.
Yeah.
Then I'll always cover for my friend. But so I do believe that they might have been friends and they might be working together, but you were maybe the first big fish that he caught the friend, and this one was jealous. You cannot live here. We must all still stay here. That's why, because there's no way.
According to him, right, he felt for me because I was not okay.
How can he feel for a stranger, Chomi? He was jealous of his friend. No, I'm telling you.
And it might make sense, right?
Yeah.
But how he gave me the truth saved me.
Yes, which is still good. You know, his evil nature saved.
Because every time I went through my ex-husband's phone, right, there were a lot of IDs for Indians. A lot of IDs for Indians. I asked him, baby, and so, you know, babe, the company that I work for has got an engineering side of it. But with this engineering, we buy food for these people. And I'm thinking, wait, why are people submitting names of people they have? People will say, I've got 2 people. Oh, cancel 1, 3 people come in. I did not understand what was going on. Why would you have a lot of Indian IDs in your phone? What's that for?
But did you ever find out why?
Even today, I still don't know.
Hey, it's a tricky one.
And the only decision was just to end the marriage. I had a beautiful wedding. You know, when I walked down the aisle, right? Go to the piano. With me next about that waiting where there was no beetroot. I just invited my close friends from the north side, right? And I had a small intimate wedding with a liar that lied to get married. But the nice part is that God works, right? The only thing that he left within this marriage are those short, don't touch suits from small street. Nothing more. He left only with those don't touch suits.
So your divorce was finalized in court.
So remember, we didn't go to court, right? We just separated.
Okay.
I just called everything off.
Okay.
And because I was embarrassed, I ran to the villages. I went back to Limpopo for like a month and so just to heal my heart from the marriage. When I got to Limpopo, I'm trending even there. You know, I'm thinking that the place is even is not developed
it's
well.
It's too rural. People can't know.
Wena. And bamlahlile ke isikhalamnqa sendoda sishadileyo. And I'm thinking, home is no longer safe for me. You know, Owamie, depression came in. Emotionally, I was torn apart. And even today, I still thank God for the boss that he gave me. My boss at work supported me emotionally, took me off duty, said, what you need, tell me. Now I'm thinking I'm divorced, everything is done, let me come back to Johannesburg. Hey, when I came back to Joburg, I called him back.
Okay.
I called him back, right? I want to fix things because I think maybe I was too harsh. I think maybe he can change because they can change. Babe, let's talk and fix things. That is wherein I saw that this guy is incapable of being truthful and honest. I call him, babe, let's speak and
So the time you went to the village, he never called you?
He never called.
Hey, this guy doesn't love you, Chomi.
He just kept quiet. Number nesing getting stress. Ke mo stalker all social medias. Or postile today. Or postile babacha. Or what's has he moved on? Ke mo stalkile up until I came back. Right? I became a stalker. And I thought he would. When I went on my Facebook, I vented. And he saw. He didn't even reach out to say, I'm sorry I put you through hell. He just kept quiet with his demon intact. I became the crazy one. I became the delusional one. Now I reach out to him. I'm like, babe, let's fix things, right? It's like, yeah, let's fix things. But we're going to start where we left off, the house. Go get a place for us to start afresh. Now I call him on this other Friday. I'm like, let's leave that. He says to me, I'm sleeping. Ask me where he was. Go grooving, they had locked him in a house because he's an alcoholic. I mean in a car. They locked him in a car and left him there. Now he says, I'm sleeping, we'll speak later on. When I video call him now, because I'm like, video call, I want to see where you are. Get 12. I want to say good night. They left him there. That is when now I said to myself, Lucas, now, there's no point of returning this marriage. Just leave it and let it be and move on. And I even went to police station to open a case.
A case of what?
Of criminal injury.
Okay.
Remember this guy, after everything, he went on Facebook, right? Some of the things that were confidential that he cannot even prove, he went on to put them on Facebook. Can you believe that he goes on his Facebook and says, a cloud chaser slept his way to the top. A cloud chaser framed his boss for rape. A cloud chaser with no matric, no degree, has got this position. And I'm thinking, baby boy, that story of me going through casting couch is not on my CV. It's not on my resume. It was not even in this sector that I'm in. It was in a call center space. You are fucking up with my career. You came to my life to cause torment. That guy brought nothing but misery. And my marriage ended. And when it ended, I thought, shucks, you grew up empty with no love. All you wanted was to be told I love you. And that I love you brought you nowhere. And that's how everything ended.
But then now, I saw you, Chomi, on TikTok.
Yes, friend.
You were now saying that you called him to warn him, or the police are looking for him.
I opened the case out of emotions. I'm not lying to you, right? When everything happened, I was highly emotional. I was angry at him. I was mad at him. This police station down the Momo Santen.
Yeah.
I go there and I say, okay, I get a print out of that post. I submit it, I open a case. I didn't put his address and everything. The police officer calls me. I get an SMS, police case registered, this the sergeant. He calls me and it's like, hi Lucas, you opened a case for criminal injury against this person and we need information. I'm like, they're going to arrest him because he can't afford a lawsuit. Because he deformed me, but I know it's broke, right? I'm like, let me get that for you. I call him. Uduchi, where are you? He's arrogant as hell. He's arrogant as hell. He's like, I'm seated. What up? Remember I opened a case for you. It's like, yeah, so? They want your address. They're looking for you. 1011 is looking for you right now. And I'm thinking, should I give them your details? Or if that will give you peace and closure, do it. I'm thinking, can't you beg me? I just wanted him to say, I'm sorry. That's all I wanted. I'm sorry, Lucas. Cancel the case. We don't have to be together, but I'm sorry. And I'm thinking, God, I didn't cancel the case right now. Is gay, by the way, right? And it's very here. That's the only compensation that I want, for him just to go behind bars so they can just drangula him for the whole night without Vaseline. That's the only compensation that I need from this marriage. Because I was so hurt, right? Rather saying I'm sorry, he says, if that will give you peace and closure, do it. And when I opened the case, I explained to him, I thought you'll take accountability. I thought you'll apologize. I thought you will say I'm remorseful. You are not remorseful. What kind of a person are you, put somebody through this hell? And you never say, at least, even go Bibling, they say somebody asked for water from someone because they were burning. Now when I was burning, there was no water for me. He said, be dehydrated and burn in shit. So when I opened the case, I thought maybe he will come to his senses, right? And take off the post. The only thing that he did was just to go and block me.
So did you give them his address? Ma, you don't know his address, Mos.
I don't know it, of course. Because I thought he will give me. So I called his friends again to say, can I have the address? They were like, no, we can't give you his address. We can't give you his personal details. Now I went on his Facebook. I went on his CV and address. I went back to the police officer and I thought, I can address you high. That man just said, okay. And I'm thinking, it's a lateral case. It's a lateral case. But I don't think he'll pay it. So everything is stands. There's a pending case that needs his personal information for them to investigate, right? So they can take us to court for that information of character that he did on his WhatsApp. Because with me, everything that I spoke about my marriage, Owamie, what's my phones?
Oh, yeah.
All my phones have got screenshots, have got the fake employment contracts, have got the CVs, have got his mother, have got the proof of payment, have got everything that I did for that marriage. On his side, it says TSAs. And he even says, hey, when county booze, oversize broadcasting, he's on drugs. On that day he was high. What led to the reaction? He's talking about what was the cause of the reaction? I'm suffering from libido. I'm not a sex addict, right? That boy's got Nawa. That boy was busy drinking Savannah. I don't know what's happy. I'm thinking it's over 30 minutes. I know he'll happy Savannah. I don't know what's happy. I'm thinking, dude, I'm tired. This thing is an organ. It gets tired. I know, babe, come. Give me your children. Give me your kids. I'm thinking, are you gonna fall pregnant? I know Savannah and what happened. And then they didn't try my counseling from this marriage. I know young Savannah happy. I don't know the happy. Then he goes on that podcast, right? And he says he's suffering from libido. Imagine, how do I not suffer from a libido, from a sex addict, the whole night just wanting when I get tired, I have to break. And I'm thinking, he also said I was on a gay app called Grindr. He lied, right? A gay app works with location and distance. He says his friends in Tembisa saw me on that app and I spoke with them. And I'm thinking, we're in Randbeck. How do they now see our location of where we were? When I said, babe, I think you are tired, right? Because and I'm thinking, am I still sleeping with a person you're nail one? If not, tell me so I'm aware of these things. And I don't know, baby. I just want you to give me your babies. What are you gonna do with my babies? Because I know I should blank. We are shooting blank. This is meant to man. You won't conceive for me. That boy left me traumatized that night. And he says, after more, he goes on that production, he says he's suffering from libido. He does not say, I've got nawa. It's itchy. It needs to be wide. And the person was supposed to come and satisfy that now was Lucas Mudiba. How dare on earth you want me to have sex for the whole night? How dare you on earth you want me to have sex without breathing? Is that even possible? Is that even normal? At that time, he's busy driving stuff. I don't drink alcohol. I don't have any relationship with Lebojwala. I don't have. He has that. He's busy drinking. He wants sex for the whole night. Then he goes and ashames me publicly. And he is withholding that he's got nawa. I'm not a sex addict. I am not. Now my sex is less than 10 minutes. If it's beyond that, I'm open to get you someone to come and satisfy you. I don't have a problem with that. After the past 2 hours in orgies and whatnot. When I proposed that, he refused. And now he says he's on drugs. Owamie, I don't lie to you, right? I've got a history with drugs. Let me make that clear. During my early 20s, when I was a prostitute, I went to Hosha. During that era of Hosha, drugs were involved. Because this client, I could not service them sober. Some of the experiments were beyond me, beyond what my mind could do.
Comprehend, yeah.
Yes. And also, I was on a show called Uyapuza, seeking help. So he basically took that narrative and made his. And he calls himself a mastermind behind my business. How do you become a mastermind when you cannot even draft your own CV? I taught him how to do his own CV. How do you become he says to me, South Africa e-commerce marketing strategies. I'm thinking all of those strategies you should be using them to implement your life and go further, but you're not using them. You come and use them in my business that you found already working. Now when that boy came into my life, Owamie, I was in Sandton paying my own rent, and he says I'm a nyaope ipara, and I'm asking myself, quite funny how Ipara has got a career and the mastermind is unemployed. Quite funny how Ipara is paying for bills and the one with a sane mind is feeding off the para. Quite funny how, because he says also I use needles, quite funny how Oma Needle has got their life well aligned and the same one is stealing from Oma Needle. Quite funny how now Ipara has got a house and the same one doesn't have a house. Quite funny now, I am buying him things. Ipara, izinto. Omuntu o staying ache. And I'm dude, that's a story from Moja Love. That's a story for another production that I did. He used that against me. When I Owamie, right, I don't want to come here and lie to you and say I've never used drugs. I have used them. I have used drugs. The house that I stay in, right, your entry is a clean test. I've been there for how long? Your only entry and miss in that house, a clean test. So he goes in a production and he says, he built my business, he built me, he made me. How do you make me
in 4 weeks?
How do you even make me while you yourself are not made up? Let's start there, right? Let's be truthful. The guy, he was just hungry. Hunger is painful. I've been hungry before. Rather him finding a job out of his hunger, he went on to go find a man. How do you find a man when you are hungry than what I'm saying? How was that going to work out for us? It was not going to work out in the first place because now I'm thinking this man is just to build with me. Hanti was just hungry from the onset. I watched his response to my shoot. The threesome part is true, right? I don't lie to you. It's true. I asked for that because hey, dehydrated. And this is the scary part. I asked him, babe, do you have health issues, right? That boy's body traumatized me. His back is bent. It is bent. His back is bent. And these are the things that I asked him before the relationship, that, babe, let me know of such, right? If this, I understand. Let me know so I'm comfortable. So when I see that, I'm able to say, oh, Lucas, you told about this right now, man up.
I'm even traumatized just listening to you speak.
I was traumatized, of course. His body is bent. I don't know what bent him. I don't know how to say this in English, right? Kasi pedisa yeshu. Heba wapi aso koma, ba lokela ko kubong. Ba lokela mafika, au chele. Okari he ran because he loves Sangoma, so Okari ran away from that ritual and it bent him. He does not even disclose it. Because I disclosed about I disclosed my health, I disclosed my life, I disclosed my social background, my emotions, my traumas, what I'm working about, what I want to improve. He gave me sweet konyana, lingolela Jesus Christ, hanti le menemenela escariota. What's about le menemenela Jesus? Hanti ke le menemene la de brel. I had to disclose on disability. I had to disclose rutinile. I had to disclose uchil.
You wanted him to disclose uqinile, like his body is tense.
And urata thoba no good. Well, it's about savannah. You know, but you want a man. That is him. And he lies again. He says, what did he say? He says that the house that I stay in met people who take drugs. This is Bryanston. Rent in that house is 10.5. Those people there are owning businesses. Those people there have got careers. Those are parents. Those are fathers. Those are mothers. Those are people of the community who are engaged. Those are people with cars. Every single morning they drive out to go make a life for themselves. The very same house that fed him, the very same house that opened this door for us because we could not afford for Ideco. And they said, no, don't worry. Use our venue for free. On that night of the wedding, the house accommodated him. I'm thinking, you are such an ungrateful bitch. Very, very ungrateful. All for what? Just to come and play with someone's emotions to this extent? That's not okay, Owamie. That marriage was never okay from the onset.
I do see that you are actually angry.
I am.
Hurt.
I am.
So you did fall in love with this guy.
Wholeheartedly I was in the, you know, this is what hit me the most, right? When we were separated, I had to go back and remove him from the plans that we've made. Carrying on with the plans that we had for each other alone. Thinking the journey could have been easier. But I'm not a lazy hack.
Yeah.
That was the difficult part. The scary part got when now I had to delink him from my company services, having to delete his email users because he was dealing my marketing gigs, having to delink and go. That process scared me off.
How long were you guys together overall? From the time you were married, from the time you met, you got married. How long?
Me and this guy met early July. No, I came to the house June. We met.
This year?
We met.
And then when did you divorce?
We got married on the 24th of July, right? And a week, the following Friday we divorced. Month and July we divorced. A week.
So you guys were together for like 2 months, almost 2 months and a half.
Yes, we didn't. 3 months. 3 months was a long. 2 months, fairly too. But with each and every week, there was a new discovery. With each and every week, I had to prepare myself, asking, this weekend, what's
gonna
next?
come?
And this guy wanted my life, Owamie. He wanted to be me. This guy wanted to smell how I smelled. There are these Instagram couples where they dress twinny. He wanted to dress twinny with me as well. And I said, no, we're not twins. Dress your way, I'll dress my way. This guy was insisting that I book him and just be there. And I'm asking, what do you want at my workplace because you don't work there? Let's have lunch at your workplace. Now, when everything happened, right, I'm thinking, he wanted my life. He wanted to be Lucas Mudiba. He goes on that show, he says, I'm a famous boy. And I'm thinking, boy, you were just attached to a Lucas Mudiba who happened to have been known because of his life struggles. That show every study did, I'm not shaming the other production. I love that girl. She knows I love her so wholeheartedly.
I don't, but it's okay.
Since they shot, I was at 50,000 views. Then you say you're a celebrity. You're like 50,000 views. Come on, fix your life. He says to me that he's well known and now I wanted his fame. Which fame? He was just attached to a brand. Immediately when I cut off the brand, the attention moved from him to me because he found me living my life.
Wow.
Truthfully so.
So what lesson would you give Or what advice would you give someone that is saying, oh my gosh, I met the love of my life about 4 weeks ago and we're about to get married. I'm living my best life. What advice would you give that person?
Love scam is real. Take your time. Research them. Google them. Do your background checks on them. And if you are unsettled, don't ignore your that English word, your tuition.
Yeah, your intuition.
Your intuition.
Yeah.
Don't ignore it. And above all, start with your higher power. Whichever code of your own understanding, bring them in, because they will save you from a lot. Just take go fast lane. So drive your car slowly. Learn this person, explore them. Above all, do your research on them, because people lie. People do researches on other people to come and take from them. Google them as well. That's the lesson.
That's
take
the
time.
lesson you'd give.
Know them well. Google them. Do background checks as well. Very important here. They will save your life.
Okay, now that you've given advice, can I give you a bit of an advice? So, as we're closing, what I think I have actually gotten from the whole conversation is that, number one, you're a very good person.
I'm a loving person.
You're kind-hearted.
Very.
You're very open.
Very.
You're very giving.
Right.
You're very thoughtful.
Very.
You do have a big void of the space that your father hurt you throughout the years. It will take longer, a little bit longer, because your wound runs a lot deeper, because you spoke of being a little boy and you don't understand what's going on. You're standing there, you just want him to say hi, just to acknowledge you, and that's something that you were not getting. And if you look at it, this guy was not going to be able to get or play the advantage that he did had it been that you had actually maybe healed or close to it. So I do hope that you can actually go to therapy for the father wound that you have, because I feel like that will definitely just spill into everything, because
That's
from
true.
what you said, your aunt did try to overcompensate, so you did get love from her. She tried her best. Even now, you do have your aunt who you were saying that we were close. She was like a mother to me, and that's why you even wanted to have her come here, so that you can be able to help her. So you did have people that love you, and it's just unfortunate that the one person you really needed their love is the one that wasn't. So you feel like, I never got love.
Oh yes, that is
But
true.
you did. It's
Right.
just, it was not from that one person. And so that's why you need to heal that. Then your perspective of life is gonna change, because now even if I come and say I love you, you will be like, okay, Owamie loves me. Not, oh, she's the only person that loves me.
Oh, yes.
Because she's not the only person. You do have your aunt. You have your aunt. You have your grandmother.
Yeah, that love is sufficient.
That loves you so much. She sacrificed everything. You did say that she was such a hard worker to make sure that you guys get. You did get love from your mom before she passed.
Exactly.
You did get love from your stepdad. He tried his best. I'm sure you also do have love from your siblings. But because of the fact that you have not healed that father wound, that's the reason why when someone comes, you feel like, oh, this is the only person. But you have got so much love around you. You don't see it because that one person.
That one person. I'm actually in therapy. Let me take it serious, right?
Yeah,
because I
please.
think I was just avoiding to say, let's get deep with it.
Yeah.
So now I'll just be vulnerable and allow myself
Do
the
get
healing.
deep, take yourself to not just the young Lucas, take yourself to baby Lucas.
It's that there.
And I know that that's where it hurts the most,
Right?
But sometimes you need to rip the band-aid so that the wound will be able to heal. I will not lie, I do have to say that I do wish you all the best.
Right.
And I do hope that one day you're gonna meet a man that is going to love you truly,
Right.
and you're gonna live your happily ever after. You're still young, man.
Let's
You know?
explore. No, indeed.
Explore.
Indeed.
And I think you definitely should write a book.
Right?
About
my life stories, ne?
I couldn't get too deep into certain stories because I knew that we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff.
Yes.
But my prostitute days,
I should write a book about it. I'll
You
think about it.
should, honestly. Like, we could have had a whole podcast simply on that, just me asking questions and stuff. So I think that it's something that you can actually do, and your story is very educational, you know,
Right.
in terms of, there's a lot of young boys that are out there and they're still in that same situation where you are, you know, or you were, you
yes.
understand. And some of them, they find that there's no way out. Maybe this
Right.
is the
The
way
way out.
that I should do. And I think I'm someone that, in growing, I used to be a very judgmental person. I used to be.
Right.
But now, being older and having gone through so much in life and seeing different, it's not something that I would advise to say go into.
Yeah.
But if you find yourself there, we should have people that will say, this is how you can best protect yourself.
Right.
This is how you can best do it.
Yeah.
This is how you can save your money. This is how you can maneuver. If this guy has got these kinks, this is what you can do. Information is out there, it's just not out there.
Right.
People like you are there with that information, you're just not talking about it. And there's a whole market of people that are in that life that will watch or even read your book because they really need that information. And as I'm saying, I'm not promoting, but whether we want to talk about it or not, such things exist and they're there.
And it's happening.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like you have gone through so much and you've gone through so many things in your life. You can help so many people in different walks of life. You know, again, I'm gonna say it. There are people that say, Owamie, you know, you had to go through everything you've gone through so that you can relate to as many people as possible. You understand? And I hate it because I'm like, I didn't have to be that much. But literally, your story is not just your story, Lucas. It's also, you have to share it. You have to help other people with it. You understand what I'm saying? I get you. Yes. So just work on yourself when it comes to your dad, and you know, share that, because you might find that there are other young boys out there that maybe were rejected simply because of their sexual orientation.
They do
you
that
understand?
a lot.
So they are also dealing with that daddy wound. Then how do you get to a point of self-love? Do you understand?
I get you.
Lucas should be there.
Banta sentiyeza self-care, self-love and childhood traumas.
But anyway, thank you so much for actually coming and sharing your story and being so open.
I'm authentic like that.
You really are.
I'm an authentic.
You really are. I did enjoy sitting here just listening to your story.
Right.
So thank you so much for joining us. And ninjas, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, man. I mean, ciao. I feel like, you know, today we kind of did an overall sort of like, it was a wholesome video. Yeah, it wasn't just about like, you know, your marriage. It was like we did also dip into, people should understand who really is Lucas, you know.
No, yeah, we did. We touched base on a lot of aspects of my life.
Yes.
Now let me go start afresh.
Anyway, just thank you guys so much for joining us, and do not forget to catch us on the next one from Owamie. I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Bye, ninja.